Well, hello there. I'm the bloke who walks, and welcome to this YouTube creators commentary for the video, which was a special announcement for the new start date to the Australian Open, February 8, 2021. And I think this video and even this commentary mark a very significant milestone in many different ways about the content published to date on this channel, and the content that I'm not afraid to publish on this channel. And I don't mean that in a controversial way. I mean that in the way that this video is basically a huge, massive departure from what could be termed as typical walking video content on YouTube. This video, I deliberately set about using this video as just yet another way of drawing people in. That it was, yes, there's walking around, mostly show court 2 on site, filming on site, but mixed with direct commentary, audio presentation to camera. I was really keen to do it that way. This was my second or third, maybe fourth visit back to the Melbourne Park site, and I can't tell you how pleased I am with myself that I did that, because I think I filmed this footage between the end of the last couple of days of November and the 3rd or the 10th of December in 2020, and I'm so glad I did, because already, and today I'm recording this commentary on the 2nd of January 2021, already the worksite, the tournament precinct around Melbourne Park has gone into, well, basically lockdown itself, as the tournament organisers, Tennis Australia, in agreement with the Victorian State Government, they're already going about making Melbourne Park site into a sporting COVID-safe bubble. Now, the reason this is it's significant is because in Melbourne we're extremely lucky that, unlike a lot of other places around the world, we have complete access to our sporting precincts and other places around the city. The Melbourne Park site, you can walk through from east to west, north to south, any time of the day or night, actually. So that's what I did. I took advantage of Show Court 2. Not really, I'm not telling anybody the information that's not publicly available. All you have to do is go down there and find out for yourself. So basically, I took advantage of this access, that I went down there one Thursday night. This was filmed about between 6 o'clock at night and about just before 8 o'clock, to capture the absolute best of the sunlight and the sunset, and I couldn't be happier with the way this footage turned out. So that was my number one goal, was to get there with the good weather. Use the light to my advantage. My video is just stopped for some reason. Hang on a second, I've got to pause the commentary. Right, we're back on track. I'm not quite sure what happened there. As with most technical issues, never quite sure. Anyway, so now I've lost my train of thought. I think I'd basically finished saying about getting down there at the optimal time to capture the sunset sun. Look, I couldn't be happier with the way this footage turned out. The colours jump off the screen. Well, they do to me anyway. Catching the reflections off the glass again. I love the way the camera flares out the sunlight into those purple lines, and even there you can see it off that skyscraper way off into the distance. And I was so happy about when I finished filming that day that I caught sunlight perfectly coming in at the perfect angle in show court 3 to be able to go on court and capture that. I was so happy. So I'm going to try and, in a sensible, coherent way, and I know we're 5 minutes into this already. Apologies there, but look, I want to run through how I put this video together and the way I put it together that I think makes this video so unique and so valuable. And yes, it's not your typical walking video content, but I'm not looking to mimic and impersonate other walking video content channels. Yes, I'm looking to compete with them, but I'm limited by certain technical deficiencies of the camera, the audio. I don't have a gimbal or a stabilizer. I'm choosing not to use the stabilization features within the editing software I've got. And I'm looking also, this video, I made a huge attempt to implement a lot of new techniques that I'd picked up off YouTube creator tip videos by various people that I've been drawn to taking tips off. So this is a real breakout video for this channel and for me. So the first challenge I had, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to combine what is known as B-roll footage on site. I wanted to combine that with speaking directly to camera. Now, I've seen some successful, huge content creator, influencer YouTube channels. I've seen them talk about, you've got to learn your script and you've got to up with your energy and you've got to memorize things. You got to know. So, well, look, to be honest, I've got a lot of experience in the film industry, especially at the indie level, and sometimes the best thing to do is just get it done. And there was no way known I was going to commit all this information to memory and learn it like a script as if I was an actor with a 2-day shoot on a feature film. There was no way known I was going to do that. So, and also there was no way known I was going to, research all this information in detail and commit it to memory or write it in my own words. So I decided it just made sense to basically, what I did was, so I'll tell you what I'm doing is, although I'm talking to camera, what I did was I used, and I've acknowledged this all throughout the title cards in this video, as well as the details, that the information that I'm reciting, and I am reciting it, because I'm an actor, and with the film industry experience I've got, I know how to talk to camera. I know how to sell the information that I'm delivering. I know how to look natural on camera. So what I did was I basically just took the online article about the new start date written by Sam McClure of the Melbourne Age, a very well-respected young sports journalist, and I basically printed it out, double-sided, and what I did was I folded the A4 sheet in half, and I held it in one hand, directly in the same hand, or as close as I could to the same hand. I held it next to the camera, which is hand palm sized, and I basically used it as an auto cue. I just basically tried to read it to camera, or memorize it, or just read a couple of lines and then and just paraphrase what I'd read, and I just walked the circumference of the show court and just filmed myself in different spots, reciting and the information to camera, and it's really as simple as that. Like when it was tricky. It was a tricky technique to yeah, because I didn't rehearse it at all. I just printed out the information, got on the train, got to Melbourne Park, got into show court 2, and started filming because the light was fading. We're in magic hour here, folks. And I just pressed play and started talking. And the first go was very it's very dubious. And what I realised was that I would be, in the editing, I realised I would be undercutting a lot of the audio with B-roll footage. And that's basically how I did it. It's as simple as that. And that's how I put it together. And I wasn't too shy about using. Oh, my video stopped then. 1 second.
The middle of the year, or just before the middle of the year, when a tournament was organised.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Technical issues, first world problems. Anyway, so I wasn't too concerned about using somebody else's information. That's a common practice in my line of work in marketing communications, and so long as you acknowledge the original, where information originated from. And plus, I'm giving extra exposure to his work. Now, so we got through, all the bits and pieces about the new start date, the player quarantine, all the conditions. So it all evolved in my head as I was filming, that there was going to be 3 parts talking about the actual details. The second part was going to be about the quarantine arrangements, and the third part, I decided that I'd have a shot at this video would be my first attempt at adding some extra value by basically doing a off the top of my head type commentary. And I also wanted to try a technique that I'd picked up off a bloke called Brian G. Wilson in Colorado, so shout out to him, using an editing technique with a countdown. I picked that up off him. And also picked up off him to include exclusive information where you're basically trying to encourage the audience by way of withholding information, encourage them to stay to the end of the video that they'll stay for certain information. So I've got those 2 techniques in there. I added in the little the ticking clock, the countdown timer. And then I gave a tip, which comes up also at the end of this commentary, you'll see. And I tried to, be not too showy about it, but just generally integrate these YouTube tips that made sense to me. But the trickiest thing for me in this part of the video, part 3, was actually adding my own thoughts about. I'm going to confess, I'm a fan of watching sport. I'd only take notice of the tennis when the Australian Open rolls into town. I've only really been going as a spectator to the Australian Open since maybe 2011 or 12, and not very consistently at that. But I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to create some content that I could use later on to explain why this channel exists, to sell myself a bit more, to sell the channel a bit more, to give a bit more of me as a creator as well. I also wanted to especially close out the video, and it's coming up. We've now reached the little micro teaser that I created. It's only 44 seconds long, and this is about, why does the channel exist? But I wanted to finish off this video, and you can see the light, and the colour just jumps off. I'm really happy with my camera. It's not built to record videos for YouTube, but it does the job. And I think one of the greatest tips I came across was just get started. Just get started, just do it. Work with what you've got, build up to what you can achieve. these videos will get better.
So to finish off,
But I'll tell you one
I
thing
should
that I've
say at the
got.
start of this
I
video
might not
that
have the best
we
camera. I might not have
have a
the
guest
world's
for
best
our
audio. And I
no one
definitely
knows
might not have
what's going to
the
be
world's best on-camera
Melbourne's channel, the go-to place
presence.
for news about
But I'll tell you what I have
or news
got
about
is I've
anything,
got
to be honest. I thought I'd give you a tip.
the year-round Melbourne calendar of
If you're looking
events.
for
We've
current
got all the
up-to-date
international
news from one of
sporting
the best
fixtures. We've got the Grand Prix,
broadcasters,
the Grand Slam
not just in
tennis. We've
Melbourne or
got
Australia, but
so
covering
many other things
tennis
that I
around
can
the
take
world, I'd
advantage of.
encourage
And then
you
there's the way that
tune
I go
into
about
podcasts either from Anchor that
strategizing
you can find on
um,
Apple or
the,
Google or
the, the,
Spotify
the,
or any
the way this
podcast
content is
platform.
put together, and
The
also
first produced by
strategizing
Brett Phillips, a
its
Melbourne-based tennis broadcaster and sports
distribution and
broadcaster.
publishing. And I just want to
And the
say
first
here
serve has a number
that
of
my goal is
other
not to be
podcasts
monetized with this
within their
content,
channel
which
content.
might
One of
surprise
them being Aussie
anyone
Coaches,
who dreams of
Stephen
earning an income off
Ashbart,
YouTube. And I can
Alex
confess that I
Bolton,
never have
or
dreamed of being a
Jordan
YouTuber or a
Thompson.
content creator or
If you listen to them
making
on
money
their
off
own, but you
YouTube.
can
But
also
what
catch
I
up
do
on
dream
where
of
you can
is
ask
being
you
a
can ask him questions
self-sufficient
with his
entrepreneur,
the up and coming
combining my
Australian
corporate
sporting
skills,
landscape
my creative
in the
industry
tennis
skills,
environment.
and my plan is to license this
So that's all
content to
from me
third
for this
parties
video. I'm hoping that
who are
this
looking for
video is as useful
content
of
which is
value
agile
to
and
you now as it is of
responsive
some
and
value to you if you're
reflective
not a
of
tennis fan.
current
Even
trends,
if you're not a fan of
can be
that
put together
particular channel,
quickly,
but I hope you'll become one,
is of sufficient
and I hope you'll join me
quality
on another
that
walk of
draws people to watch
talking
it on
and tours.
YouTube, that it can transcend
I plan to
YouTube
highlight
and
the
go into other
Australian
distribution channels in the
Tennis
corporate
Comedy
world
Festival,
or
the
the
Australian Formula
entertainment
One Grand
world or
Prix, amongst other things
into
coming up,
government
and
organisations that are looking to
some
sell
places of interest, obvious interest, and not so
their
obvious
tourism experiences or their
around
live
the
event
city of Melbourne and
experiences. So if
possibly
you're a
America.
person that works
I'm the
in
bloke that
any of
talks.
those
This
particular
channel is
sectors, and now
limited in
we've reached
life,
the bit where I'm actually
and
saying
thank you
what
for
my
watching,
plan for
listening, and
2021 is with this
sharing
channel content,
the
what I'm going to be
experience
covering in the
bye for
next,
now.
the
And
coming
we
months of
hope that
2021.
there's
You
lots
know,
of Christmas
yes, I'm just a one man
reviews,
band, but
and into the new
I've
year.
got deep reach into the creative industries with technicians such as camera and sound guys. I've got contacts at Creative Victoria. I've got contacts at Acme, at Dockland Studios. I've got contacts who are editors as well. So to scale up these operations to cover all this and create even better quality content, create more content, well, that's the goal, and that's why I created this video, was to showcase, well, there's more to this channel. Just like I'm saying in the video that there's more to this channel than just tennis, there's also more to this channel than just YouTube content. And say, for example, as an example of third-party content licensing, 70% of YouTube videos are made for mobile, viewed on mobile devices. Well, that's my goal, is to get this content licensed, that it's on so many more uh, mobile device screens, iPads, mobile phones, smartphones. So if you're working in one of those areas and you're looking for unique, differentiated but commercially targeted content, please contact me. Please reach out, and please let me know what your needs are. So this video is only 20 minutes long, which means I've got to wrap up this commentary now. It'll end in a couple of minutes because I forgot to talk about a couple of things. But happy new 2021. All the best for the best of the best and the best to you for this upcoming year. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.